Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there and welcome, Gary.
Good to be here again.
Always a pleasure to have you. You know, we've been doing this for a couple years, had a lot of viewer questions, but we've got a question for you. Have you ever had a car wreck? And if you did, what happened?
Well, I have, you know, and one of my ads a couple years ago talked about it. So, but it was true. I don't lie about these things, but it was, I was 16 and I ran into the back of somebody. And it was my fault, tore up my car more than they had a trailer hitch, so I took the brunt of it, you know.
Yeah.
I was a lot more upset than they were, I think. But it happened because I was distracted. I was on an interstate and I was crawling in traffic. And it happens, you know, and here's the lesson though from that. Most people just don't take responsibility for it. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
I take depositions of people. You know, we file lawsuits. I get to hear their story. If the insurance company plays games or for whatever reason we're fighting about whose fault it is, we take their deposition. I sit them across from me, and the first thing I'll say is, I shouldn't give this away, but is, do you take responsibility for causing this wreck? And it would blow your mind how often people say, no, it wasn't my fault. It was somebody else's, you know, or something else's or whatever. But I'm not giving away because every lawyer in town in Georgia that I've dealt with knows I asked that question. But just take responsibility. You know, it helps things move right along. And it's not a big secret. If I run into the back of you, it's my fault, generally. But, you know, so I've been in a wreck since. Somebody plowed into me. The airbags went off. You're very disoriented in that situation. I understand. I tell clients, well, did you take pictures of the car? Did you take picture of where things were? No, generally they didn't because they're just in shock. And I understand that. I've been in that wreck too. So document it though. Get the stuff. My son was in a wreck recently. Get their name, get the witnesses, take pictures, document. So that's the answer.
Very good. Very good. We have a viewer question. So the wedding's off. Do I have to give the ring back?
Yeah, so I think that's a good question for a couple of reasons. The answer is it's a conditional gift. So yes, generally the answer is you give the ring back. Now, you may not know this, but there are lawyer newspapers. In Georgia, there's a newspaper that just covers law in Georgia, amazingly enough, and then it's associated with lawyer newspapers all over the place. And so we read these things, and there's a good article about a lawyer in Virginia who bought a $100,000 ring, and they're fighting about who should get it back. And so sometimes it's still a battle, but the general answer is got to give it back.
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much, Gary. Thanks for your questions. We'll see you on the very next Legal Break.